like to take this moment to thank everyone I went interrailing with for giving me this much confidence wandering around train stations. This is something I would not have been able to have done like a few months before. Like ever since I discovered how to find, you know, platform 6 Vienna station. It's easy after that. Like, if I could navigate a Croatian station, I can navigate a ji'nan station. So thank you everyone at Interrailing for just tolerating my not knowing how trains worked there. Well, not being able to navigate stations there, and now that skill's coming in very handy. Turns out I'm at ji'nan West and Carol's at ji'nan Central, so I'm just gonna get a taxi straight to the hotel. This is the This is the taxi rank here. Goes all the way back. There's about 30 taxis, 60 because there's 2 lines. Right, let's see how this goes. Okay, I'm in the taxi. Got entirely 2 sentences in. Got to the destination. Pointing out I speak a little bit of Mandarin. Pointing out I didn't know what he was saying. It's going well. It's going well. Through central ji'nan we go to the hotel. Should be 20 minutes away. 20-minute walk, so 5-minute drive maybe. Roads seem empty because it's the National Congress. Well, I'm not even sure why the roads are empty, but the pollution here is awful because basically the reason the pollution is good in Beijing is that it's the National Congress happening. So like, you know, Xi Jinping likes his air nice. It's not the case in ji'nan though. You can barely see the skyscrapers in the distance with the like fog covering them. Okay, so we're in the hotel. Hotel looks really nice. Carol's delayed, couldn't find the taxi at the place. So I'm gonna drop stuff off in the room, wait for an update from Carol. If it's taking ages for him, I'm just gonna go straight to the school to start setting things up. The ops team are already there, who've printed everything out, they've secured rooms, secured projectors. We're just there to like turn up, chat, like organise stuff. But the heavy lifting's already been done. Just gonna go straight to the room now. Just driving the room, seems really nice. This will be my bed, Carol in there. Good, really nice view of smoggy ji'nan. More importantly than that though, we have an actual Western shower. Maybe, if the lights turn on, there is a Western shower in there. So yeah, I'm liking it. Probably just sit and chill in here for a bit. And then after that, oh, we've even got like generic corporate art. Man, I love generic corporate art. Look at this, it's both generic and corporate. So yeah, chill in here for a bit, go downstairs, chat logistics with Carol. Sweet. Complimentary water as well, everyone's a winner. Carol's delayed, so instead of doing anything productive, I'm just exploring. There is a telephone, wait, by the toilet in the bathroom. This is excellent, I find this very funny. I want to have any interaction.
No, in fact, it works really well when they use the texting function, because then it's like, oh, I am on my way, and it's like, oh, perfect, like, and the person will be like, I have my full waves on, and I'm like, oh, sweet, I can see you. Like,
Nice.
Life works well that way, but otherwise, it's kind of a shit show. Okay, he's literally around the corner.
Nice, that bodes well. I really like these jackets. You see the purple one this guy's wearing? I saw, you know, like the old men playing mahjong you find?
Yeah.
I found a guy like wearing one of those jackets, but it had like red Chinese dragons embroidered on.
Nice.
I need to get myself one of those.
Definitely. You know what?
Is that the textbook?
That is the textbook.
That's the textbook. Man, this is sweet. Should we head on in?
Sorry, I gotta take a little picky.
We have an ops team that are annoyed at the fact that we're wait. Whoops, there goes my backpack.
Yeah, hopefully they're actually going to go a little late.
It's fine though.
She said before 11, I'm like 45 minutes late.
I love these. I love the Communist Party propaganda. Look at these.
Oh, these are great.
I love them. Right, where the hell are we going?
Yeah.
Ni hao. Oh, hi. That works too. Conference room. I'll message ops. But just
It's hilarious.
oh, we've got bare Chinese propaganda. I love this.
Oh boy.
Is there a lift? Ni hao.
Yeah, 我是，怎么了，阿姨？还有人是他的。
just set the room up. Naturally, I don't have the right sort of laptop for this, so I've got an adapter to so I can fit the presentation-y thing projector. But the adapter doesn't adapt to my laptop, so I've had to get one of the tabbing computers, just like this here. I'll connect this across, and then I'll run the presentation from the other computer. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm going to give the talk on like how judging works, like how the whole, you know, how the adjudicators are meant to adjudicate. And also like just a chat about the processes, like how the round works, like when they're given feedback sheets, stuff like that. All of that set up, just having a bit of a wander around the school. Carol's giving a judge talk currently. There's, yeah, the school's, it's weird. It's weird to be back in one. There's steps here which tell people to, is it going to zoom? Tell people to be quiet, be careful. And in accordance to tradition, there is an Albert Einstein quote on this wall, so that makes me very happy. It's cool. It's cool how everything's like very similar and yet like subtly different. I imagine that'd be even more the case like whether it's in America or were I an American. And that like, yeah, like subtly similar, right? And yeah, you know, looking at the background, it's very un-Western, you know what I mean? Like smog is not a problem I've ever had before. But yeah, like I imagine if I was American, they've even got like pointillism. Pointillism, is that what it's called? You know, the painting they do with dots. Can't remember. From I think it's French expressionism. Maybe who knows? But basically, what I was saying was just that if I was American, I imagine this would be more eerily similar, because all the classrooms have like AP chemistry, and then the module they all have like the bit of whatever it is that the classrooms are for, and it's all American based, which is weird. But no, it's quite cool. So I'm going to wait until Carol's finishes talk, try and find out where food is, and make sure all the judges are happy, really.
Or it's a yes or no trying to trap you. You might just want to say, well, here's why you can't answer that with a yes or no. But once again, a short answer as to why that's. And this is a little more advanced, but it's a good idea for your crossfire to try to get your opponent to admit something that helps your case. That's the ultimate goal. You want to get information about their case, about their argument, but you want to get them to admit that they're wrong in a way, or that they...
So it turns out there's a lift, which meant Carol and I didn't have to walk up 6 flights of stairs, which is always good to know afterwards. I'm going to try and find the ops team and find out what my lunch is. So that'll be a good thing to know. Challenging the judges, and I was just basically asking like where they got their names from. So I was chatting to Doris, and I was like, oh, so where'd you get Doris from? She was like, oh, when I was really young, my like English teacher just told me my name was Doris. She told me I was named Doris after the English county. Yeah. That was my response. But, well, I played it off. I was like, oh, I haven't heard of the county before.
手糖到了。
This is me. Time to find lunch. So one thing that I find weird is that like are these boards, right? Like I keep showing them in videos because they're just... So one thing that comes to mind is how like distinctly un-Western they are. Or like, okay, one I thought initially was like how bizarre it was. You've got all of these boards, which essentially contain on them the statistics of how many kids got into like which American university. And like, it's not even good American universities, right? Like it's just like, I mean, you know, it's just anywhere. It's not that they've only got some. It's not that, you know, they've only got the people who got into Columbia. But they've got like people who got into everywhere, like University of Georgia, University of Pittsburgh, right? Like just reading random ones off the board here. And like, I don't know, it's strange. I find it bizarre because like, it's kind of something you never think of. Like there's this like stereotype almost in England where it's like, oh, you know, like Chinese kids doing really well at university. But like, I feel like until now I've kind of never appreciated like how that's been like deified almost, like how like within the Chinese schools, like that's deified, like how they're held up. And I think it makes a really interesting contrast to like what English schools are like, right? I found myself thinking of this, just being like, oh, it's so strange, it's so strange. And they've got like loads of posters on the walls upstairs, like which are essentially like Stanford University and explaining what Stanford is, Harvard, etc., etc. I did incidentally, there's one of Cambridge, and I took a photo there. And one of the kids was like, why are you taking a photo of this? I was like, oh, I've got friends there. My friends will find this funny. And they were like, you have friends at Cambridge? And which was bizarre, it was cool. But yeah, so like, that was cool. But I remember thinking this was strange and like typically un-Western. But kind of like the place that my mind then came back to was the main hall in RGS. So like, for those that haven't been to RGS, the hall where everyone sits, the hall where the reception, where the like assemblies are held, there's a big organ at the front, and on the walls around the side, there's wood panelling with like the names of everyone who got into Oxford and Cambridge on the walls, and then specifically which college they went to. So I don't know, I feel that like, perhaps this isn't that alien after all. Or at least perhaps it's putting China into some perspective, it's putting RGS into some perspective. In that I was chatting to like, I can't remember who it was, I was chatting to someone before, and they were like, so what was like being 18 in England like? Were you out partying every weekend? Were you out partying every night? And I was like, during A-levels, not really. I was working most of the time. And they were like, wow, sounds so much more like America, sounds so much more like China than America. And yeah, I can't help but think that's true. I can't help but think that RGS sixth form is a bit too much like this place. I mean, true, we're not like to the point where we have graphs of who gets into which, who gets into Oxford and Cambridge, but we're damn close. Statistic I always use is whenever people like, when I was like, yeah, people worked hard at my school. I feel I need to like qualify this to the Chinese kids in some regard. So that like, the kind of like, while I'm trying to prove that I like, hard work, like, while I'm trying to explain like how English sixth form works. Because one thing that's interesting, right, is that in American sixth form, there's another board here of, you've got Statue of Liberty in the corner. So like American equivalent of sixth form, you're like, you apply with your like grade point average that you get from your penultimate year. So your final year, you just don't really need to do anything because you've already got the offer from college. You just kind of like cruise on by. So I had to try and like explain to like American people. Because someone was like, because I was chatting to one of the guys at work and I was like, oh yeah, well, oh you know, 18, really difficult, 17, really difficult, yeah, did loads of work. And he's like, really? Wow, you're just not very clever? But I was like, yo, what? And then, you know, it just turned out the American system structured differently. So whenever like trying to explain to like Chinese people like how academic things are, I did this stat I always use is that 1 in 200 doctors in England went to RGS, and I'm just like, see, we are like it was like this. It was scary. But no, that kind of like works as a good metric to explain things. I'm gonna go back to the tab room now. I finished wandering the school, check nothing was on fire. Wander back to the tab room, just do some data entry basically. It's quite fun, it's quite therapeutic, I do enjoy it. So the setup phase, which is what I've just shown you, got quite a lot of filming, simply because it was basically like me wandering around like doing stuff. Like hence it was just quite easy to film. After this, less filming because there's like lots of people involved and it would just be a bit strange if I pulled out a camera The problem we kind of had was that the software went a bit wrong. In that after debates, we're meant to do data entry into this like software thing, which works stuff out. Which is the most simple. Like it's quite simple. It's quite boring, so I'm not gonna bother explaining it. I find it interesting, but I would. So yeah, the competition then hit a bit of a hitch, which was that the data entry thing didn't work. So the thing we normally would have done during the day, and our day normally would have finished at 8, we ended up having to do afterwards. So the next bit of footage is just me like being me inputting this quite tired after what was already a very long day. So I've been sitting here for the duration of Dark Side of the Moon and Blonde, so long that the receptionist has given me a cup of red tea. Yeah, we're getting a note. It's kind of really nice. It's therapeutic as hell. Anyway, it's 10:30 and I started this at 9 and I've done half the work, so let's go. I did eventually get to bed. This was the hotel breakfast the morning after. I tried explaining to the ops team that Chinese breakfast, while delicious, had nothing on a full English, and there was nothing in the world quite as good as bacon, eggs and sausage. They didn't believe me. Noodles make for a good breakfast, and they were a good setup for what was a good day to come. And then, everything ended without a hitch. Ended up getting the bullet train back, which was incredibly fast. The train itself runs at something like 300 kilometers an hour, which is ridiculously impressive. I do like trains. So yeah, this all went well. The second day run without a hitch, we were surprised as well. I was very tired at this point. It was probably about 10 PM. I hadn't got much sleep the whole weekend. And as the train rolled on by, the massive Chinese cityscapes were seen in the distance. Realising quite how strange it was that I was looking forward to getting home to Beijing. But Beijing would be the opportunity for me to relax, the opportunity for me to rest, the opportunity for me to show my friends. I realised quite how many cities there were in the distance. I look forward to getting to